Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Roan. At least 4 people have been killed during a shooting at a birthday party in the US state of Alabama. The brother of the 16-year-old girl who was hosting the party in Dadeville was among those shot dead. Jeremy Burkett from the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says they're yet to make any arrests and are still unsure of a motive.
We're going to continue to work through in a very methodical way to go through this scene, to look at the facts and ensure that justice is brought to bear for the families.
The federal government is under growing pressure to offer doctors higher incentives to bulk bill their patients. New data shows just 35% of GPs are bulk billing. Robert Marr from the Doctors Reform Society says change is needed.
We're calling for the government to increase the incentive for bulk billing from $10 to at least $20 in the May budget as an interim step to try to save bulk billing, because if bulk billing dies, doctors will never start bulk billing again and medical fees will rise dramatically, adding to inflation.
3 former Liberal Indigenous Affairs ministers have declared they will support the Indigenous voice to Parliament. Ian Viner, Fred Chaney and Peter Baum held the portfolio in the 70s and 80s. They've issued a one-line statement declaring they support Ken White and Julian Leeser and intend to vote yes. New figures show we're cutting back on retail and e-commerce purchases. National online spending has dropped by nearly $125 million in the past year, suggesting the digital economy is normalising after COVID. Sydney is no longer Australia's biggest city. After more than a century on top, it's been beaten by Melbourne thanks to a boundary change, which has lifted its population. Sport and entertainment's up next. The Eels have wrapped up round 7 of the NRL with a 30-4 thumping of the Bulldogs. Earlier, the Raiders took a 20-14 win over St George. Coach Ricky Stewart says he's happy to take the points.
We weren't good in a lot of areas of our game, but the positive is we get the 2 points. I mean, there's been a lot of games where we've been very good and we miss out on the end.
St Kilda has suffered its first loss of the season, going down to Collingwood by 6 points. Despite the loss, the Saints remain on top of the ladder ahead of the Bombers and the Magpies. In yesterday's other games, wins to the Cats and the Giants. And in entertainment news, the Super Mario Brothers movie has raked in $87 million in its second weekend of release. It's now grossed $678 million globally. And Kim Kardashian's daughter Northwest has made an appearance at Katy Perry's show in Vegas over the weekend. The 9-year-old taking part in a walk-off competition for Katie's Firework Foundation with a couple of her friends. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you later on for another episode of The Update.